This is Andy Purwell for ID Boxing. I'm joined by TalkSport Simon Jordan here in London. Simon, a terrific night of boxing ending with Claressa Shields' victory tonight. What did you make of it all?
I thought it was a fabulous event. I think it gives you an indication of where British boxing is. I think boxing full stop is in a decent place. Okay, we've got some nonsense last week that we saw going in other aspects of the sport, but what we saw this evening was great boxing. It didn't just happen to be female boxers, it just happened to be women boxers. What we saw was a great set of competition, a great set of undercards, a great, feature belt, a great, second tier belt in fight in terms of between Michaela Mayer and Baumgardner. But the bottom line is, what I saw this evening was a very engaged audience, a very motivated audience, and two great fighters to seal the event in terms of, Savannah and Claressa. Claressa is a class act. There's 19,000 people in this auditorium, and I think 18,999 of them wanted Savannah Marshall to win. She came in. She's a stylist. It was a great fight. It was a great atmosphere. It opens up another avenue for boxing. And I want to focus on the positive. I know there was a lot of crap in the last 10 days. And I'm a great lover of boxing. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money invested in English football. And there may well come a time I spend a lot of time and money invested in British boxing. But the bottom line is, I love the sport. I think there's a lot more right with it than is wrong. And we'll focus on the negatives. But the positives were, this evening you see the audience, you see the engagement, you see the quality, you see the involvement of women's boxing, you see the sport, sometimes at its finest, sometimes at its worst, but always intriguing.
What do you think the key factors and differences were for Claressa to have been successful tonight?
She's technically a better fighter. I think that she's more comfortable in certain aspects of the fight than Savannah was. I think Savannah was a little nervous, but that's to be understood. She was carrying the burden of 19,000 fans wanting her to win. I think perhaps for me to say this is not meant to be condescending, because I've never stepped in a ring and laced up a glove, but I think Savannah could believe in herself a little bit more. But I think there were margins, and there were an elite sports. The margins are not that big. Claressa is a stylist, and she had the ability to be able to deal with what Savannah had, and every time Savannah did something to her, Claressa came back and did something equally as compelling. So it was margins. But to me, there was no doubt that Claressa was the ultimate winner by quite some distance.
Final one, Simon. Your old pal Fury-Chisora was here tonight. There's a lot of talk about him potentially facing Tyson Fury next.
Yes.
Do you think we'll get that? And if so, is it one that you would want to see?
Not particularly. If I want to help Derek with his retirement fund, then of course I'll be all keen for that. But as far as a compelling fight, Tyson's got to go fight somebody. It's a tragedy that it happens to be Derek, but for Derek it's great. I don't mean tragedy in terms of Derek's not a compelling fight. It's in terms of we want to see Tyson in with big fights that he hasn't already fought once before. Nice fight for Derek, because Derek's earned the right to get paid. But as far as a compelling proposition, we all know what we wanted to see. We wanted to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. This is something different.
Simon, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you, Simon.